Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review, thoughts, feedback, analysis, whatever you want to call it, on arguably my favourite comedy, my favourite TV show comedy of all time, Father Ted. Now this is a TV show that ran in the UK from 1995 to 1998. For 3 series, I think it ran for 25 episodes, and it starred Dermot Morgan as Father Ted Crowley, Ardal O'Hanlon as Father Dougal Maguire, Frank Kelly as Father Jack Hackett, and Pauline McLean as Mrs. Doyle. Now, for those of you who don't know, well, initially, I've recently, and you might have noticed if you watched my recent update video, I recently picked up the Father Ted Definitive Collection DVD box set. I am a huge fan of this show. I have been ever since it came on. It was only in the UK on Channel 4 initially, and it was and still is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It is a wonderful British sitcom about 3 priests in a place called Craggy Island in Ireland, and they are basically 3 priests that are just shoved on there to keep out of the way. They're all screw-ups. Father Ted can't seem to do anything right, really. Father Dougal Maguire is painfully stupid. And Father Jack Hackett is well, not sure how to describe Father Jack Hackett. He likes alcohol, he likes women, he likes swearing, and he basically doesn't like being a priest. So there's these 3 outcasts on this island, and they get up to all kinds of misadventures, and it is just the funniest comedy of all time. Now, for anybody watching this that's seen the show and is a fan of the show, you know exactly what I mean. For those of you who've never seen the show, maybe who aren't from the UK, what could you expect from a show like this? Well, I'll give you some ideas of some of the episodes. I'm not going to go through every episode here, but I'll talk briefly about some of the highlights. Now, in season 1, we got 6 episodes in season 1. And the first one, Good Luck Father Ted. Essentially, Ted is invited to participate in like a local TV show type thing, and it all goes terribly wrong. It's a funny opening to the show. However, if you watch it, you will see as the show progresses that they do change quite a few things from this first episode. The second one is when it really starts kicking in gear. Entertaining Father Stone. There is a priest that comes to visit Ted and Dougal on Craggy Island about once a year, and he's the most boring priest on earth, and they'll do anything to get rid of him, but he just won't go, and they're too polite to get rid of him, and it's a really funny episode. The Passion of St. Tibulus is where we are first introduced to Bishop Brennan. Now, they are basically told to go to the local cinema and protest at this new movie that has been put on there. It's supposed to be some controversial movie, and they've got to stand there and protest. However, these 2 being the idiots that they are, it doesn't go well. Number 4 is competition time, and they all decide to enter this local competition, all dressed as Elvis. The problem here is the guy that's coming to present the prize is a TV celebrity who happens to be an alcoholic, so things don't go well for him either. A really fun episode. I think one of the highlights of season 1, this one. And God created women. A famous novelist visits the island. Father Ted's a fan, so he gets her autograph, and it turns out he can't get rid of her, and he's actually quite attracted to her, which is really uncomfortable for him. But again, as you could imagine, it all goes terribly wrong. and grant unto him eternal rest. Well, this is the one basically where they think Father Jack dies, and they've left him quite a lot of money. Father Jack has left them quite a lot of money in his will, so they have to stay with him all night while just to make sure he's dead, because he's scared of being buried alive. Another fun episode. Now, season 2 was how many episodes? I think we got 10 episodes in season 2, and the first one was called Hell. Now, season 2, I think, is when this show really took off, and I mean really took off. And the first episode, Hell, again, is one of the highlights. They go on holiday in a caravan, and it's the worst holiday you could possibly imagine. I mean, it's really hilarious. This episode is one of my all-time favourites. The next one is Think Fast, Father Ted. And basically, this is the one where he borrows a car to run a competition to get the roof fixed of where he's living. It all goes totally wrong. A really funny episode again. Tentacles of Doom, again, is one of my all-time favourites. This is the one where 3 bishops come to visit the island to upgrade a local holy relic, and they have to teach Father Jack to basically be polite and behave himself, which is no easy task. The Old Grey Whistle Theft. I think this is arguably one of the weakest episodes, but it is still pretty fun. And basically, there it is, an episode that focuses on a whistle that has been stolen. Many people would consider this next one, A Song for Europe, as the best Father Ted episode, and it's basically when Father Ted and Dougal enter A Song for Europe, enter the Eurovision Song Contest with their classic song, My Lovely Horse. Yes, and it really is as bad as it sounds. Very funny. And then you get the Christmas special that was out in season 2 called A Christmassy Ted, which is like an hour-long episode, something like that, and it's a pretty decent Christmas special. The next one is called The Plague. Another really fun one. Bishop Brennan visits the island, but he is terrified of I think this is the one with the bunnies. Yes, it is, rabbits. He's terrified of rabbits, and there's like a rabbit infestation. What else? Let's have a look. Oh yes, another classic episode here. Cigarettes and alcohol and rollerblading. They have to give up one of their vices for Lent. So Father Ted gives up cigarettes, Father Jack they make give up alcohol, and Dougal has to give up rollerblading for Lent. Again, absolute classic episode. New Jack City. I believe this is the one. Yeah. Father Jack goes into a home and they get a new replacement who is basically worse than Father Jack, if that's possible. So they try and get Father Jack back. And Flight into Terror, a decent enough episode. There's some fun moments in it. It's basically where they go on like a plane ride, and Father Ted has to basically try and rescue everyone because the plane is set to crash, sort of thing. And then season 3, we got some classics like Are You Right There, Father Ted? Oh god, this is the one where Father Ted has to prove he's not a racist. Chirpy Burpy Cheap Sheep. It's like a sheep competition, but it's corrupt. Speed 3, Many Regard, was one of the best. It's where Dougal is on a milk float with a bomb underneath it. The Mainland, another hugely strong episode where they go to the mainland. This is the one with him from One Foot in the Grave, isn't it? Richard Wilson. Kicking Bishop Brennan up the arse. Yes, that's exactly what it sounds like. Night of the Nearly Dead and Going to America. Two fun episodes as well. So I mean, there's so many classic episodes in Father Ted, I can't tell you. And the sad thing here was that pretty much straight after filming season 3, Dermot Morgan, who played Father Ted, sadly passed away from a heart attack, I believe it was, which was gutting. I mean, even though they decided they weren't going to make any more Father Teds, it was very, very upsetting at the time. I remember, because me and my brother especially were big fans of the show, and I was being devastated when it passed. I suppose not knowing at the time that my apologies there, my mic just knocked out. So yeah, where was I going? Yes, so we're really, really upset that they chose not to make any more Father Teds. Well, they couldn't make any more because of Dermot Morgan passing. It was really, really sad, and I think one of the greatest British sitcoms that's ever been made. It's hugely fun, hugely entertaining. So many classic episodes. I mean, I would love to basically review each episode one at a time, because they all have their own merit in some way or shape or form. But I do implore you, if you've never seen Father Ted, or you've not really paid it much attention, or you've been curious about it, check it out. I mean, it's dead easy to pick up, certainly in the UK. I'm not sure in America how easy it will be to pick up, but it's definitely worth checking out if you want to see just what British humour is like at its absolute best. I mean, this show is regarded by many as one of the top British sitcoms of all time. If whenever they do a list of the top British sitcoms of all time, this is way up there, certainly in the top 5, usually in the top 3, I would suggest. I mean, people think things like Fawlty Towers, Only Fools and Horses, for example, may be placed above it, and I can completely understand that. I love both them shows myself, but this is my personal favourite, and I would put it at number 1 probably on my list if I was to do my favourite sitcoms of all time. So I hope you've enjoyed this little brief look at Father Ted. Don't forget to check it out. It's quite easy to pick up. Certainly this box set, I got it quite recent on eBay, and I only paid, I don't know how much I paid, but can't remember now, but it wasn't as much as you might think, and it is definitely worth picking up. So hope you enjoyed this little catch up, guys, with Father Ted. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to click the like button, and if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you back with more content on Screen Stars very, very soon.